I do not normally incline toward ghost stories, however when written with McMahon's expertise and suspense, I cannot help it. In The Invited, Jennifer McMahon designs a spooky house story in reverse. A house is made, and furnished with curios from a progression of tragic events that have occurred over the previous century or something like that. History teacher Helen is attracted to items and places that resonate with artifact. At the point when she and her husband Nate choose to dump their comfortable lives to build a house in the forested areas of Vermont, they discover that the property they buy holds a dark mystery. In the mid-1900s, the property belonged to Hattie, whom numerous local people suspected of being a witch. At the point when Hattie predicted a fire that would kill kids in the nearby school building, the enraged residents hung her from a tree on the spot. Hattie's daughter Jane was forced to leave her family land and her mom's inheritance. 100 years later, Helen and Nate learn Hattie's story, and while Nate is skeptical about any sort of haunting, Helen is convinced Hattie is still very much present on the land. She begins finding out things for their new home that have connection to Hattie or her descendants. These invocations start a chain of events that will threaten their marriage, their sanity, and their safety. Scrappy nearby teen Olive is given an extra point of view. While her narrative is significant, I was not as charmed by her mischief. Her determination to understand what happened to her mom is commendable. However, she faces challenges that made me need to take her by her kid shoulders and shake some sense into her. I truly liked the multi-generational part of the story in The Invited and how Helen was able to investigate what may have happened to Hattie and Jane. Add the possibility of Hattie's lost treasure, the climate of the bog on Nate's and Helen property, and the creepy spectral existences. Anyway, The Invited was not sufficiently creepy to be a good horror story, nor did it convey on compelling portrayal in order to make a decent coming-of-age story for Ollie. Hattie, the crucial person of the story, wasn't described well enough as a historical living and breathing individual to allow me, as a reader, to have sympathy with her in terms of a soul attempting to secure those she cared often about in the present. In general, The Invited is a novel based on a unique approach to haunting, however, which at last flops in conveying natural, otherworldly chills. I really wanted to like this book, however as I wrapped up reading all I genuinely felt was a vague feeling of disappointment.